Hello guys, this is a video on the percentage topic for GRE and GMAT, and for any doubts please mail us on perfectgre09@gmail.com. So let's start with the topic. So here are few basic tricks to save your time on the date of GRE. The first one is 10% of 100 is equal to 10. This is very simple. 10 for percent we divide it by 100 and we are told to find out the percent of 100. So here we use again 100. So this 100 gets cut off and we get the answer equal to 10. This was pretty simple. Similarly we get this second trick also, that's also so simple. For 1/4, 1/4 into 100 we get equal to 25%. Thus it is stated that 1/4 is always equivalent to 25%. Similarly half is equivalent to 50% and 3/4 is equivalent to 75%. So this was an important proof where percent increase is given by increase upon original into 100 and the percent decrease is given by decrease upon original into 100. Further we would be finding some few sums related to this proof. At that time you would need these proofs. So this one is an important proof which will save a lot of your time on the GRE day. It says that percent change is equal to A plus B plus AB upon 100. For example, we would say that a tradesman marks his good at 40% above the cost price. That means our A is here 40% and then he gives a discount of 10% for on cash. So let's consider B as equal to 10%. So here 10, but note here that he gives a discount, so discount is always less, so we put here the negative sign. Now let's put this both things in our formula. So we get 40 minus 10 plus minus 40 into 10. So that negative sign is because of the B. I am sorry, this is only 10 upon 100. So from here we get minus 4. That means 40 minus 30, 30 minus 4. The answer is 26. So you would face a lot of this type of sums and you would crack in just 20 or 30 seconds. So let's take a quick easy example. This is that 25 is what percent of 100. This is a damn easy example if you have learned the previous videos. This is 25 upon 100 into 100. This would give us an answer is equal to 25. So this was a very easy example. Now again these two are very important proofs which says that if price is increased by A%, then percent reduction required to keep it unchanged is given by A upon A plus 100 into 100%. Similarly, if price is decreased by A%, then percent increase to keep it unchanged is given by A upon 100 minus A into 100%. So this is basically used where questions are asked like if one factor is decreased, then how much other factors should increase to keep it stable, or if one factor is increased, how much other factors should be decreased to keep it stable. So this would be very much required in those. So now let's see an easy example. If A's income is 30% more than B's income and B's income is 30% more than C's income, then by what means is A's income more than C's income? So here let's make an assumption that let C's income equal to be 100 rupees. Okay, then we are asked B's income is 30% more. I'm concentrating here and more because this amount should be added. So B's income is equal to 30% of 100. I'm sorry for the handwriting, but I hope you understand this. Equal to 30. Now it is being said that more than C's income, so we would be adding here 100, which is C's income. So B's income has came out to be 130 rupees. Now A's income is 30% more than B's. So A's income is 30 upon 100. This is 30% more than B. So here we get the answer to be as 39. Then 39 plus 130. This is B's income, as it is given in the question that A's income is 30% more than B's income. So the answer come out to be 169, which is A's income, and we have assumed that C's income is 100. So the difference is 69. So 69 upon 100. We had learned this rule in the previous class, that is the change upon the original into 100. So our answer comes to be 69%. So in this way we have to solve each and every problem where we need to assume in some cases, as we assumed here as C's income as 100%. Not needed that it should be assumed in every case, but it should be assumed so that you can get a better answer. I hope you have understood the previous problem. So here's the next example. The price of rice has increased by 60%. Okay, in order to get back to its original price, by what percent the new price be reduced? I hope you remember the rule which we had learned before just few minutes, where it was being told that if x upon 100 plus x into 100. If you don't remember this, guys, go just back 2 or 3 minutes and you will find this rule. I'm sorry for the handwriting, please. So here our x increased by 60%, so we have put the here the sign of addition. So our answer would be directly 60 upon 100 plus 60, which is equal to 160 into 100. So this comes out to be 37.5%, I guess. Yeah, it comes out to be 37.5%. There was no hard and fast rule here. I just have put the formula and got the answer. So this is necessary. So it is necessary for you to learn the formulas in this exam, and please refer the rules before starting any of the sums. So let's try a new example here. The fees of a coaching class were reduced by 35%, but here there is a spelling mistake. This is but the students increased by 40%. What is the total change? So here two values are given, one is reducing, one is increasing. So I hope you remember this formula: A plus B plus AB upon 100. So here A is, you can take any one of the, here A is 35%, so 35, but this value is reduced, so it is being reduced, so we put here a negative sign, remember this. And the second, but the students increase by 40%, so 40 but increase, so there is an increment here, so we put here and plus 40. So just put in the formula. So minus 35 plus 40 plus minus 35 into 40 so we need to calculate here. So minus 35 plus 40 would give an answer here 5, and 35 into 4 is 140, so here it would be equal to 5. This is positive 5 plus minus 1400 upon 100. So here the zeros would get cancelled and your answer remains minus 14 plus 5, that is equal to minus 9. So your answer would be minus 9 or 9%, 9% decrease. The negative sign here indicates decrement or decrease. So here again two important rules. So this goes as, if X salary is X% more than that of Y salary, so X salary is X% more than Y, so X%, that means X upon 100 plus Y salary, then Y salary is X upon X plus 100 into 100% lower than X salary. And if X salary is X% lower than that of Y salary, then Y salary is X upon 100 minus X into 100% more than X salary. This is an important proof. I need you all to write down the proofs and the rules which I am giving. This would be very beneficial for you to solve other examples from other books and on the date of GI. So let's try out another example here. The question says two numbers are 20% and 25% of the third one. So what percent is the first of second? So in this kind of sums, always assume the third number to be 100 or 10, whichever favorable. So the third number is equal to 100. So the two numbers are 20 and 25%. So this 25% would be off. So here remember, off is given, not more. If more is given, then you have to add. So it would be 25, and the another number is 20% of the third one, 20% of 100, so it would be 20. So what percent is the first of second? So first is this one and this is second one. So we are asked what percent is first of the second. So it goes like this: 20 first number upon second number into 100. So this would be 1 ZAS, this would be 4 ZAS, and our answer is 80%. It was pretty simple. I just wanted you to remember that here off is given. So off means never add. So this was a very pretty simple example. So this is another example. You might be thinking that this man has again put the same example, but no, there is one here difference, which is a major difference, which says that more. Always remember, read the question very carefully. Two numbers are 20% and 20% more than the third one. Okay, what percent is the first of second? So let's assume here again the third one to be 100. So the second number would be 20% more than the third one. So 20% of the 100 would be 100 into 20 upon 100. So it would be equal to 20. As here more is given, so we would add the 100 as more than the third one. So 120. And the first number is again 20% more than the third one, so it would be similarly come as 120. So what is the percent first of the second? So first is 120, the second is also 120 into 100. So this would be cancel out and we get the answer equal to 100%. So this was a pretty simple example. Just you need what is to carefully read the question before directly attempting the. So let's try out this another example. Here the length of a rectangle increased by 20%, okay, and breadth by 10%. So find the percent increase in area of rectangle. So first we need to know is area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth, and here percentage is asked, so into 100. So this would give us percentage. Now let us consider the new length to be x equal to L plus 20%, and y equal to breadth plus 10%. Remember, this x and y are the new length and breadth of the rectangle, which have been increased by 20 and 10% respectively. So let us make an assumption here. So let this to be an 100 and 100. These are the length and breadth. So here you might ask me a question that both length and breadth are not equal of a rectangle, but I have taken this for simplicity purpose. You can take any random values and check this. So here the area would be length into breadth, that means 1 0 0 0 0. Perfect. Again, I am telling you can take any random values here, as in 50 and 40, then you would get the answer equal to 2000. But I have taken here just for the purpose of simplicity. Now the new rectangle that is formed after increasing by 20% and by 10% would be, the length is increased by 20. So here 100 into 20 would give me 120, and similarly my breadth is 100 as I have assumed it, and the 10% increase on it would give me 110. So my new area is equal to 120 into 110. This would give me an answer of 13,1200. So as I had told in the tricks that the percent change is given by the increase upon original. Percent change is given by increase. Here the increase would be 13,200 minus 10,000. The increase is 3,200 upon the original area was 10,000. Into 100 as a percent is given. So all these zeros would go off and the answer would remain as 32%. So here I have implied that formula or trick which I had given earlier. So I would request you all, please refer those tricks before going or before solving any of the examples, because it is a shortcut which solves your sum within a few minutes. So this was all on the topic of percentage, and thanks a lot for watching the video. And for any of your doubts, please mail us on perfectgre09@gmail.com. We would revert you back as soon as possible, and please subscribe if you like the video. Thanks, and I would upload another of my videos soon.